Well, good afternoon. Here we are in the vegetable garden. A lot of times when I plant the crops around here, I like to think of them as cool weather or warm weather. The cool weather stuff like tolerate temperatures, 55, 65, 75 is getting tops. Starts getting hotter, it starts baking and they don't like it. Whereas the other crops, they don't mind the hot temperatures. If anything, they grow better. Helps the fruit to ripen, makes everybody happy. So this here is San Francisco, so as you know, we're on the coast here. Peninsula is surrounded by water on all three sides. So there's particular groups of plants that we can grow better than others. I'm going to show you a few, but for you the question is to think about, are these cool weather crops or warm weather crops? I'll show you a few that seem to do real well for us around these parts. The first one was right there behind me. And you start driving down towards Monterey or all along the Santa Cruz coast as you're checking out Pigeon Point or Pescadero and Bean Hollow, you might come across farms chock full of these guys. The part we eat is an immature flower, so that there's an artichoke. Real nice ornamental too, really. And coming a little bit forward, here's another one. This one we grow around town quite a bit. Is a tomato relative. Call it the ground cherry. So it's like them tomatillos, but sweeter. Real nice. Grow all year round. This hails for us from the Andes. So high mountains, high altitude. I can't tell you more without giving it all away. And we'll spin around on this side nice and slow. And come on down. This here's another crop that does real well good for us. What they call a selga, which is like a Swiss chard. We grow it for the leafy greens. So seeing these plants, are they warm weather or cool weather? Well, this here behind me is a tobacco plant. It's a Peruvian tobacco. And in the gardens here, we try to grow a variety of different species. They have different nicotine content. They come from different parts, but always the Americas. Yes, tobacco is #1 cash crop back in the old days of the Americas. And these days is known more as a poison, causing all sorts of health problems. But for the native peoples around here, especially up north, the Karuk and the Yoruk, they're like a medicine, a sacred medicine. Something a way to relax and unwind, and also a way to reach the spirit realms. It's one of the only plants they actually cultivated. They burn the land, they throw some seeds down. Didn't grow much else, but then for sure they grew the tobacco. So around here, we don't grow it for smoking. It's kind of out of fashion for most people, or for snuff, or for powder, snuff powder for the nose. But the question is, in horticulture, what will we use it for? So think back to those days when we're talking about botanicals, think about integrated pest management. For us here in the garden, why will we grow the leaves of tobacco? That's the question. Okay. Well, here in the vegetable garden, we also grow a lot of herbs. Herbs that you can use for cooking, adding a little spice, giving a little bit of taste to that lamb or that chicken or that tahini or what have you, whatever you're making. Vegetarian, carnivorous, omnivorous, however you want to eat it. Up front right here, we got some sage. That's some good stuff. Got some thyme. Back here, we got some rosemary. And the big old tree behind me here, anybody know this one? This here is bay. It's Laurus nobilis. You crush this up, or put a couple leaves in that pot of beans you're making. They say it helps cut the flatulence, so you don't fart so much afterwards. But the plant in question here is this one right here. Looks like long little shoots, almost look like a grass. And if I take a leaf and crush it, kind of has a smell, kind of oniony. But is it an onion? I'll give you a few hints. If you go eat these like shrimp bun roll things, shrimp dumplings in a Chinese restaurant, dim sum, they'll sometimes put the shrimp with this. The Chinese call it 韭菜, which is like they cook with it all the time. This and eggs, this and shrimp in a little dumpling thing. It's real tasty. Another hint, onions, you know, it's got a bulb. It's a biennial, but you know, it's grown. You take it away, it's done. This one, you can cut it and it grows back. You cut it and it grows back. It keeps popping up. So you can use it for cooking, cut it a little bit, and then it'll grow back. You use it some more. So the question is here, what's the name of this plant? It's great to have around. Let me zoom in close for you. Get a nice patch of this. Whoo! You be set and ready to go. Well, I'm sitting next to this here raised bed with my little buddy, Fennel. So the lady that works here, a French lady from Guadeloupe, Marielle, she tells me this was planted. But for some reason, it just didn't grow that nice, fat bulb of a base that's so tasty. To me, it almost looks like some wild plant that blew in here. Maybe the Spaniards or the Portuguese or the Franciscans or the Jesuits, they brought this way back in the day, jumped the walls of that brick monastery or the mission, and then boom, now it's a weed for us everywhere. But you take a little piece of it, smells good, smells like licorice. Has a sweetness to it. So the botanical name on this one is Feniculum vulgare. Like vulgar. So the question is, what the heck does that mean, vulgar? Why would you name a plant vulgar? What's so vulgar about this plant? What does that mean in Latin, Greek, and the old languages of Europe? There you go. Take a good look. Let's go in for a closer look. Well, I'm squatted right here next to one of our weed patches. One of many. Seems like the weeds just take over. Seems like sometimes there's not enough people around to work it, and the weeds just do their thing. So amongst all these weeds, I'm picking out this funny, weird little thing with a little round leaf. This one looks like a heart. This one's a flower, orange flower, real cute. This is another cutie with the yellow flowers. And what the heck here? Looks like some leaf. Awesome. So my question to you is, which one of these are edible? The yellow one, the orange one, the heart-shaped one, the round one, or this one? Which one? This here, we're looking down at one of these plants of Swiss chard. For the most part, it's healthy, but you can see the lower leaves, they look like it got some kind of a damage on it. Not sure what it is. Plug it up. Let's see if we can take a closer look. It's like there's a hole in the middle or something. And it's been all eaten, along with a bunch of poop or something too. What the heck? So my question to you is, what kind of a creature you think made this kind of a damage? Is that a fungus? Is it an insect? Or is it a snail? Take a good look at that. Take your best guess.